Real Talk channel. I'm your host Lamar, so I'm glad to see you guys this Monday evening. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We got a good one for you today. We got a good subject for you. I think it's gonna be pretty lit. Um, the subject that we're gonna be dealing with today is called effeminate testosterone. Effeminate testosterone. And once I explain this subject to y'all in ways and break it down, you'll understand why it was fitting for me to talk about this, because so many times, especially now in this hour, it's more prevalent now when we look at how our boys and our men are coming out, uh, divorcing masculinity. Um, Welcome, sis. Welcome, sis. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you. Um, why a lot of men and boys have divorced masculinity. And I want to tune you in again, sis. We're talking about the subject matter that we're talking about, um, is effeminate testosterone. Effeminate testosterone. The Holy Spirit had moved on me this morning on this subject. Um, there's a social breakdown. It started in the homes. First, when they decided to take the men out of the homes, not to father their children. Then they took prayer out of schools, so there was no just so they took PE out of schools and they put in other things that like glee and drama, more stuff that girls would excel in, and the things like shop or PE, they took those things out that boys would excel in. And we are getting to a point now, instead of us just accepting the fact that there's a deficit of masculine impartation in our sons that grow up to be men and raised by mamas or mothers. Or bless you, Tisha. Thank you for coming in the live. God bless you. There is a deficit of masculine impartation on our boys, to a point where everything is emotionalized, effeminized, to the point where these boys don't know how to process their emotion, and they don't know how to put. And most of the time with boys, only emotion they know how to relate to is anger. And I know a lot of times, folks, you always talk about this. Well, I'm always talking about this because this is what I counsel. This is what comes and asks me. Bless you, Sister Amber. God bless you. We're praying for your recovery, like we talked about, and we ask everyone to pray for her. And God bless you, Sister Amber. Glad to see you on. This effeminate way of expression that has been very detrimental to the boys, because they don't know how to relate to their own existence, to their own emotion of how to regulate logic, how to balance that emotion with logic, cognitive thinking, processing through processing through emotion. That's what logic really does. It processes through emotion. Thank you. So what we've done and what we've seen in our society as of late, we have we've gotten rid of competition for accommodation. We've gotten rid of principle for sentiment. High level of agreementness, and a low deficit of emotional management. And that's what we see a lot of our boys not learning how to do anything. They don't know how to process, and they're being raised by emotion. They can't handle pressure. They can't handle having to think because there's no logic in their understanding. They've always felt they're feeling too much. Now, don't misunderstand me. I think emotion is healthy if it's directed properly, because we can't just be logical and get rigid. Rigidity, being too hard all the time, that's not balance. So we need our ladies to bring emotion, so that'll bring us some feeling of empathy and a feeling of concern. But if we're not having that logic to balance the emotion, you'll be feeling too much, being all mushy, and then you can't get anything done or think or plan, because you're always buried in arrestive development in your emotion. This is what I see a lot of, because I hear a lot of these sisters talk about how come these men don't do this. Well, you got to think about it. You're dealing with another woman with testosterone. A lot of these boys, men that are moving like this, are just males acting like women with testosterone. They don't know how to process and think. They don't know how to think and plan and step by step by step. They're not patient. They don't know how to go through they don't know how to go through problem solving skills, because they feeling all the time. All they do is feel and express emotion. They've never been trained how to process through their feelings, or somebody not liking me, or being rejected, or offended. They can't handle going through any kind of processor, and they get online, they get upset, they vent like a female, they get angry like a female, they argue back and forth like a female, because all they've been trained to do is process and express through emotion. And this is what we see in the pulpits. We see this in church. These zesty brothers getting in the choir and all this little foolish funny stuff, and there is no balance of emotion. Say anything, fly off at the mouth without thinking, just reactive to every little thing, can't handle nobody's correcting him. These dudes, I'll take Chicago for instance. You can't say nothing. You step on their shoes, they ready to pull their gun out and kill you, because they never learn how to process through their emotion. Thank you, I appreciate that. And this is what I'm talking about. We need to teach our boys by regulating their emotion. And then what the girls do, because if they don't have logic in their life, they get insecure. And there's daughters that don't have fathers in the home that balance them and bring them a sense of safety and security. They'll get so hyper independent, and they'll become fearful of trusting a man, because a man has never brought them security of a father. So when they meet relationships, they don't trust a man to do anything, because they've never had that safety and security to see a man bring her into a place of safety. So I think it's very important that we learn to talk. This effeminate testosterone is where you got these dudes hyper emotional, want to prove that, but they still got that testosterone, but they're not masculine. Let me break this down. You can have testosterone and not be masculine, because see, masculine is more than it's a behavior. You can problem solve, think. You sit back and observe. There's a lot of wisdom with masculinity. Assertive, planning, problem solving, taking your time and observing a thing, learning from mistakes, trial and error of learning and growing and developing. That's a part of a masculine thing. Conquering and developing things. That's how you learn and you grow. But when you are always trapped in emotion, you don't want to learn, because you don't want to think. You just want something to be done. You want results without process. You skip process for progress. And that's what impatient, emotionalized boys do. They skip over process to get progress, and it doesn't work. And so The word says that train up a child in the ways that they should go, and when they become old, they will not depart from it. See, we want kids to just listen and do what we're told, but you got to actually train them. You got to train them how to behave. You got to train them how to act in different spaces. You got to teach them how to, you got to teach boys how to process, like, okay, you're angry, you're mad. Okay, what's the solution? What's the resolve? Teach your boys how to think. And no offense, sisters, but most mothers don't teach their boys how to think. They teach them how to feel. They don't teach them how to think. They don't teach them, like, what do you think that's going to do? If you do that, what do you think that's going to do? What's going to be the consequences of your decision you're about to make? What do you think is going to happen if you go over there and shoot out somebody's car? What you think is going to happen if you go over there and hit that dude? What you think is going to come out of that? What's going to happen if you go ahead and buy that raggedy car because you're impatient and don't want to get a car evaluation and go get a car diagnostic on that vehicle? Think before you talk. Think before you do. What's going to be the outcome before I make this decision? That's what logic does. Logic trains you to think before you react and respond. And what we have a lacking of in our society and in church is people jump up and do things out of impulse because it feels good for right now. It feels right for right now, and not thinking of the outcome later. Masculinity has foresight. Femininity has insight. That's why it's emotional. Femininity is insight. Masculinity is foresight. And that's what a lot of folks have not been trained. And we put these boys without identity and girls with insecurities. So they go out here looking for what they didn't get at home from another woman or a man, and these boys are trying to find it getting in gangs or getting into some group because they're trying to find who they were supposed to get, what they were supposed to get at home. When my mom didn't affirm me and love me, I'm gonna go out here and get it out here in the streets. I'm gonna get online and take booty pics so everybody can see me and give me affirmation online. We don't want to talk. And this is what's been the cycle of this effeminate testosterone being grotesque, growing. This effeminized boys, these man boys that are trying to act like men, pose like men, but they still move around like little boys. They behave like boys, but they effeminate boys. Cry about everything, always complaining, always running mad, always. And these boys, I'm gonna say something else too. This gonna hit some people in the face. I'm gonna step on some toes here. These kind of boys, young men or boys, always go running to women for everything. They run up under women. They don't go around men that can refine them and sharpen them. They get around women that can show, because they know that will protect their emotion or relate to their emotion. That's what a lot of these cats do. They don't go and get what they, you know what? I need to talk to a dude. I need to talk to my dad. I need to talk to a man, my uncle, my grandfather, or a friend. I need to talk to a guy about this. No, they go run up under women because they know women will protect their emotion. They won't expose. Masculinity says, no, okay, I acknowledge you feel that way, but guess this is what you're gonna do. And a lot of things times too with these boys is a lot with this effeminate testosterone. You got to realize, even though if you're trying to coddle him, he's still going to be a man. He's still going to have testosterone levels. And let me tell you something, mamas. When your sons get around about 13, 14, and they start getting bigger than you and taller than you, you're going to get scared of them. And because you can't really give them discipline like you need to, you're going to try to manipulate them to get them in or get them under control. And they need a man on them to bring logic to them. and to present consequences for their behavior. You're going to coddle them from it because some of you sisters are so rejected, you want your sons to just love you. You don't want them to be corrected. You don't want no discipline or order on them. You just want their love. So what you'll do is buy them Jordans, buy them PS5s, give them everything they want, let them do what they want, let them talk the way they want, let them have all the comforts, no discipline, no order, no correction, no responsibility. And these boys still, you got to understand, they still going to be grown men. And you're creating little monsters because you haven't refined them and put something hard on against that, with that discipline on them. You've been nurturing and coddling them all their life. So they think when they get out here in the real world, they think the world is going to love and coddle them like you do, mama. Don't want to work, do things on their terms, don't want to do nothing they're told, no responsibility on anything. People owe them something because that's what you've accustomed them to do. And some of you fathers with your daughters too. Some of you fathers with your daughters, because you're a masculine man, right? You're a man, and you train your daughters to be like a boy. See, there's another side to this. Some of you fathers teach your girls to be like dudes. You don't know how to teach that girl to be feminine, just like a mother don't know how to teach her son how to be masculine. You fathers teach your girls to be hard, to be these doggone biker chick girls, these hard lesbian express girls, and you wonder why they want to be dykes and lesbians, because you raised them to be a dude. You let them be like you, hard and rough. And they have to go somewhere and learn how to be feminine with somebody, because they can't be feminine with you, Dad. Some of you fathers teach your girls how to be like guys. You either do that or you spoil them and make them princesses, buying them stuff they haven't earned, making them feel like, and then you think a man's supposed to come in and shower her, and you haven't developed her to train her how to be a wife and what a man expects of her. See, we don't talk about this stuff. So we got these girls trying to pose as dudes, and instead of us raising sons and daughters, we're raising homosexuals and lesbians. See, we don't want to talk about it. See, this effeminate testosterone can go both ways. It's quiet. It's quiet on this channel because we don't want to talk about this. And the churches ain't addressing it, and I'm gonna address this. Y'all wonder why y'all got all these sweet and sour dudes up in the choir? That's where it comes from. Over nurturing and under disciplining. Everybody wants to be coddled and hugged. Everybody wants this Care Bear interaction. Nobody wants no hardness. Nobody wants no conversation, no hard rebuke nowhere. But they want the results of discipline without the process. Let's not talk about that. Stay off of that. And most of the messages these preachers have in churches are catered to the sisters anyway, because the sisters are the money of a church, so they don't preach on these boys. They see that boy sitting there acting like effeminate. They see that boy sitting there dancing around, wearing these tight pants and looking zesty. They don't say nothing, because you can't say nothing on nobody. That's a sister in Christ. No, that boy needs to be around some masculine impartation. He needs to quit hanging around women, being up under his mama too much. Like I told y'all, these mama's boys, this effeminate, and then some of these girls want to be around men and don't want to be feminine. These girls walking around, hair on their chest, drinking these beers and burping like a dude, acting like a guy, acting like Beavis and Butthead, like acting like a whole dude, like a whole guy, like, bro, what's up, bro? So starving for a man that they're gonna try to emulate one. This is what we see now. This effeminate testosterone being saturated in our culture, just saturated. Look around you. Look up. Go anywhere. Go to the mall. Go anywhere. Go to a lot of these churches. Look online. It's like a curse to be a man and speak strong. Like the way I'm talking on this line, like that's like wrong now. Men are supposed to be either passive or effeminate. You ain't supposed to say nothing, or you just go. You go along to get along with everybody. And I'm one of those preachers that I don't go along to get along. I'm gonna call it out. Men are supposed to be men. I'm not saying men have to be jerks or be tyrants, but they need to be firm on what they stand on. We're not here to cater to everybody's wants. We're not here to make everybody give them we're not Santa Claus. We're not here to facilitate everybody's desire. That's not what men are on the earth for. Men here to set order. Men here to bring balance. That's a good point, sis. Truth will be harsh to anybody that doesn't ain't used to hearing it. And there's no such thing as my truth or your truth. There is only one truth. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. There is no your truth. You didn't die on a cross for nobody, and neither did I. People try to come up with everything they can to do what they want to do. So it's important. Is that my mom? Hey, mama. How you doing? Thanks for joining the live. God bless you. You got to understand, God wants men to be men. God don't want man boys getting online, crying about everything, whining to mama, wanting to get over there with mama, running up under with mama. God don't want that. You know, you're supposed to be a man and stand on your square. Always in your emotions, always feeling all the time. Get mad every time you don't get your way like a child. And go run to mama and cry and tattle to her like she gonna make things better because you act like a little boy. And when things don't go your way, you go run over there to mama like a kid. You grown man. You want the respect of a man, but you act like a boy. This is what this effeminate testosterone creates. And you want the admiration and respect of a man, but you still want to move like a boy and have the privileges of a boy. You want to still get away with stuff as a child would. You don't want the accountability of an adult, but you want the respect of a man. And that's what a lot of this stuff is happening in churches. We don't want to talk. We don't want to talk. My mom is right here online. I moved out of the house at 16. Didn't have to be told. Didn't cry to my mom. I was the only child. I wasn't crying to my mom and whining to her, and every little problem I had, I go run to my mama like a little baby. She's right here online. She'll tell you. Every little situation come up, I gotta go run to mama. Mama make it better. And you sisters who do this, and what you don't realize, some of you mothers too, when you manipulate your man, you're doing the same thing that his mama used to do to him. And he can't never be a man in his own house because y'all keep manipulating him off of being who he's supposed to be, playing these little psychological games. You want him to grow up, but you won't get out of his way so he can stand up on his own. Stop paying your cell phone bill. Stop rescuing him out of everything. That's my son, okay? And there's somebody, and he's a grown man. When you cannot teach your son how to be a man. There's some things in life he gonna have to figure out on his own, mama. There's some things you can't your nurturing ain't gonna be able to give an answer for. There's some things that, as him becoming a husband for a wife, you're not gonna be able to address. And as long as he's up under you, you coddling him and breastfeeding him and all this other foolishness you're doing to keep him stout in his development, it's on you. And the stuff that you'll let your son get away with doing, you ain't gonna let your man do. He can stand under you and you'll take care of him till he's 60. But your man better have a job and work. The stuff that you guys give allowances for your kids, and then you turn around to your husband and then make him, no, you better not, you better not, you better not. These double standards. Here your son is almost 30, 40 years old, still living at home with you, you paying his bills for him, washing his laundry, and your man can't get you to cook a hot plate for him. Y'all don't want to talk? And if we let y'all tell the story, y'all, oh, he was a victim, he didn't do this, and no. This is unhealthy. Some of these relationships you sisters have with your sons is twisted. But see, I want to be, so when the kid does something wonderful, watch this. When the kids do something bad and get in and out of trouble, it's because the daddy wasn't around or he was not a good father. But when he does something well, it's because I raised him and I was the one that did this and I was the one. We take the glory of when they do something good. Y'all don't want to talk. We don't want to talk about this. We don't want to talk. Your son's development creates men that are hyper emotional, very emotional. And I'm going to tell you, sister, something else too. You train your sons how to manipulate women by how you let him manipulate you. You train them. How you think he learned how to talk to women and how to game? He talked. Sometimes it's the father, but he's around mama. If he can get over on mama, he can get over on it. He'll think he can get over on any woman. But you the type of mother that gets in your son's butt and tells him no and says no, don't do that. Then he'll know how to respect women. But when you train him by too much nurturing and over nurturing and under fathering, you're training him how to manipulate women through manipulating you. And you think being a good parent is buying him Jordans and an Xbox 5 or PlayStation 5 and all this stuff. You think that's being having $3,000 birthday parties? See how folks are coming in and out of this live because they don't want to hear this type of preaching. They don't want to hear the truth about what's going on in the house. And this is not like saying mothers are bad, but without the logical balance that the child needs, the son needs to teach him how to think, teach him how to use his mind. Not trying to manipulate people's emotions. And this is why dudes be cheating and running game, because mama let him run game on her. He think women should take care of him because mama's still taking care of him. So he's not looking to be a husband to a wife. He's looking for mama. And this is what effeminate testosterone produces. You wonder why these dudes don't lie about what they have. Say they got this and that, and they make promises and don't keep them. Because he never had to keep his promises to his mom. She's the first woman he ever met. And if she ain't holding him to no standard, as a woman, as his mother, he gonna feel like any woman he can do that to any woman. Cause mama love me no matter if I lie. Mama love me no matter if I got a job and taking care of my responsibilities. Mama love me no matter what I do or don't do. So it don't matter. So I expect all women to love me that way. Y'all want to talk to me? I know what I'm talking about because I counsel this. You want a man to be the man, you need to teach him right. And then when you get, listen, sisters, y'all got a man that's in the house, back off and let that man raise that son. Back off. Let him teach your boy, because you don't know nothing about teaching a boy how to be a man. Back off and let him do that. Stop acting like you know you got it, you know it all. You don't know it all. They need both. They need the mother and the father. They need both impartation. They definitely need masculine impartation. I see young cats, these old zesty, sweet and low dudes getting up under women and all this, all up in the hair salon, having female conversations, and it's weird. The little boy's a kid, and he always got to be right up under his mama. He don't want to go play with cars or so. When I was young, my mom would tell y'all, I was by myself outside, running, playing ball, playing outside. I wasn't all up in my mom's face, running up under women. Got to be up under my mama all the time. There's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. That's a twist. Listen, that is a weird relationship. That's emotional incest. I'm going to say it. You can get offended if you want. That's emotional incest. When you start treating your son like your dude, you start treating your son like he's your man, you got emotional incest. I know y'all don't want to hear this. Got no business up. My mom got a man married, whatever she doing, that's my mom business. Okay, mom, pray, I hope everything's good. I need to be all up under my mom. For what? And some of you sisters do this a lot. Y'all will hold on to your sons just in case your man and you don't make it. You got your son there to be there with you. You got your sons, you got your husband. I don't know why God has me keep talking about these things, because this is a big issue right now. What is going on with us? You need men to bring that counterweight. See, masculine and feminine is a counterweight. You need both to bring that just weight, that because they're equally important. They're different roles, but they're equally important. One is not more important than the other. And we can see when one is not there or one lacking or they're not in balance, you can see the results. Everything you do in life is a balancing act. When you ride a bike, you got to be in balance. You got to have 4 tires on your car for the car to be leveled. Everything you do has to be balanced. When you walk, your legs got to move in frequency. Everything that is mobilized has to be in balance. I love you guys. I pray that this message has blessed you. And I pray that for our sons and our wives, that these men learn, these boys get some masculine impartation. And some of these ministries don't have it's crazy. Like masculinity is turning into like red rubies. Like it's rare to find men that are just strong, because most of them are passive and avoidant, and a lot of them are just effeminate. It's just crazy. You look at these podcasters and these platforms that pander to emotionalism. These dudes can't say nothing. They well, would say, girl, yeah, you're always agreeing with sisters and always, yeah, you're right. No, you're not. Let me show me your work. Show me your life. You've been divorced 6, 7, 8 times. You can't keep a relationship. How you got all this knowledge and wisdom? How you know everything and you can't keep nothing? Your life is just as unstable as the days are long. I want to see your fruit. You sisters get around some women that are feminine and let a man lead you that's masculine. Quit getting around these effeminate cats that talk zesty around women and manipulate female emotion and all this serpent whispering that they do. Men don't talk about everything. We think. We see and think. We don't sit down and talk about everything. Quit trying to make your man like a female. He ain't like you. That's where feminism messed you ladies up, saying that men and women are the same. We are not the same. We're equal in value, but we're not the same in how we are in our natures are not the same. We're equal in value. There's your equality, but we're not the same in our natures. We're very different. And I wish people would stop telling everybody we're the same. No, we're not. That's a lie from the pits of hell. We're not the same. Me and my wife ain't exactly the same. We're not clones. She's different in ways and feminine in her ways. I'm masculine in my ways. But that's a balance in our marriage. I wouldn't want to be with another dude. So take this word, and I'm thank you guys for coming on. God bless you. Uh, I love you, my dear sis. Keep me informed on your health. Let me know how everything is going and how your pressure is going. My wife is concerned, so we're in your prayers for you, Sister Amber. We love you, Mom. Thank you for coming in and supporting me, Sister Angela. We love you. We thank you for coming. I want to say thank y'all for coming in. Salute.